Hello there and welcome back to the DreamHack Open Moscow 2014. I'm Richard Lewis and we're coming to the end of what's been an amazing day. I've had a lot of fun. We've had some great games. We've had chills, thrills, spills. Every game has been the game of the day as well. So it's been a great tournament so far, but this is it. We're going to wrap up with a PvP as well. We know how to give the punters what they want.
Exactly what they want.
And it's going to be between Elfi and First. So this has got a lot of potential, I think, to be a very interesting and intriguing matchup. And I'm not just saying that because I have to.
Game of the day?
Game of the day.
Nothing's going to beat Hune. They're just legends. So Elfi, an interesting player. We talked about the Mighty Finns earlier and all the things that they're capable of. This is a player historically who has a very good PvP history and has beaten some big-name Koreans, as I'm sure you know. Over the years, he's beaten guys like MC, Oz, I think, as well, and Stardust. So he's capable of beating Protoss on his day. Yeah,
he's actually, in the European scene, was looked at for the majority of his career as the Protoss versus Protoss expert. He was the guy who is able to get into his opponent's mind easily. He's able to play the mind games right. He's very good at executing the strategy. And more importantly, he's always good at choosing the right strategy against the right opponent on the right map.
I'm asking you guys, too.
Well, I'll leave this one to Todd, man. Todd's...
Yeah, I thought you're Grandmaster on Korean.
Hey.
Some of that knowledge to some use, man.
Well, I mean, I've had experience with Elfi in the past. I've played against him for sure, and I think it was IEM Cologne a couple of years back, and I don't know how it's going to help me in this PvP analysis though. Of 2014.
Fake it till you make it.
I thought you were going somewhere with this.
No, actually, I'm like, I've played him.
He's a tricky player, isn't he?
He's a very tricky player for sure, and he loves his all-ins against Zerg. Or he did anyway.
I got
this. All right.
You chucked him, he was drowning, and you just chucked him.
You're actually killing me.
The life felt like...
You know everything about this guy.
Like, Moonglade, I could save you, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. He's dangling it in front of me. He's like, come on, Zerg. Just a little bit longer.
Mr. Bitter used to live in Europe with Roddy. They did a lot of casting. And Elfi, he's his favorite Protoss, I think, of all time. In PvP, as you said, he's a very, very tricky player. He has a lot of specific builds. Elfi was the Protoss that used 4-gate when 4-gate wasn't supposed to work anymore and somehow made it work. And he's very well known for his PvP, and here, being up against First, that's gonna help. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. First, he just played against SOS in the Intel Extreme Masters Toronto. He lost the first time that they played, but in the rematch, when it mattered the most, when it was elimination match, he won that. If you beat SOS in PvP, you can beat anybody in PvP.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what's going to make First the favorite here. And I really feel like Elfi, his tricky builds could do something in his favor, but I really don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, you know, like his weird like Stargate Phoenix openers that are not supposed to do anything, but somehow like launching into a steamroll situation with a lot of Colossus, because that's how he likes to play. He likes to take to Colossus, get a lot of them. The thing is, it's predictable. And if you're First and you already know that, and you're able to come up with the good conclusions, like how you could play against it, you might be able to do very... I'm not going to say any more for now. You guys are just like staring at me.
No.
Talk about the PvP.
It's the first time today where I think you've had us entranced with what you're saying. We're like, this guy knows his stuff. This is why we hired him. It's all become clear. But let's talk about First. I think it's only fair we talk a little bit about First. You know, this is a guy who historically bit of a choker, I think. Is that fair?
I mean, he's very good in round of 32, very good in the top 16, but when it starts to get deeper and deeper in the tournament, he starts to lose a little bit of his confidence that he has in the lower stages of the tournament. We're right in the round of 6, no, not even in the round of 16, still round of 32, so I definitely favor him.
Okay, it's elimination match, though.
Yeah, I guess that could help Elfi a little bit, but still have to go with First.
So, I mean, Sean's thrown his prediction in quickly. You two guys, what do you
First 2-0.
First 2-0.
First 2-0.
Copycats.
First 2-0.
Oh, I see.
There we go. Play it safe. Last game of the day. So you guys are going to get in there and cast it. It's going to be Moonglade and Todd. So don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you Elfi and First, ably casted by Todd and Moonglade.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys didn't go anywhere once again, because we're here on Deadwing for this PvP.
Straight into it.
Moonglades.
All right.
Why don't you let us enjoy some great introductions?
And on the top left here, we have the Protoss in red, the European player Elfi.
Whose clan tag is actually the name of his cat. Have you ever watched his stream?
Oh, interesting. No, I haven't.
He has a sick, cute cat named Pekka.
Hecka. Interesting.
You want to watch it now, don't you?
I actually really would do. I'm going to make sure I check it out.
Elfi is a cool guy.
All right. And in the bottom right, we have the Korean player as the favorite player. He is first.
Recently joined TCM, a British-based team, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He and Yoda both joined that team.
It's an interesting team. Definitely one that I haven't heard much of before this.
As their first tournament, actually, they played in Intel Extreme Masters Toronto, and both of them made, I think it was top 8. So pretty impressive first results.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very happy with these pickups. 2 top 8s like that.
First, I think he's one of those guys that has a chance to qualify for BlizzCon, but he's very, very slim.
Yeah.
And he's actually out, I believe, of WCS Europe. Had a fairly disappointing results in the I think it was second group stage, so did not make it. No, in the first group stage, yeah. Whereas Elfi, it's funny, like Elfi was doing so well for some time, and then suddenly he started playing really bad in a lot of tournaments, and then he's like, well, I think he played a challenger match and lost, and he's like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna take a break. I really need a break right now. So he took a break, and then he came back without saying a word.
Oh, yeah?
He started laddering again, and there was this one barcode that was doing really well. So I went and looked at my barcode list that I have, and then I realized it was Elfi's barcode. I was like, really? Like, he's actually playing again. And he was playing really, really well when he came back, you know, with a French mind and all that. And yeah, ever since, it's been pretty strong. The quick Twilight here.
Very quick Twilight.
In front of first Sprobe. Interesting.
Very interesting.
That's Elfi for you, the mind game. Let the mind games begin.
Yeah, so you consider him a very, very mind game oriented sort of player?
Oh yeah, he loves that stuff. He loves
Interesting.
thinking about he knows that I know and all that, and he always does very well with it. But against somebody like First, who's just so solid, is it going to be enough?
That's the question. I mean, First obviously has very, very strong PvP. I believe it was MC was telling Apollo that he considers First to have the best PvP in Europe, which is a big deal for sure.
Elfi
coming from MC.
Yeah, Elfi in Toronto, actually, we were talking about PvP, and he was telling me that he and First, they watch a lot of the Korean PvP and all those games, and they talk about strategies together, and they thought SOS had the best PvP in Korea.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you know what, we watch some PvP together, let's play some games. First, 11-0 MC.
Whoa.
And MC was like, what the hell is going on here? I just can't beat this guy. So MC was telling me that he thinks that First has the best PvP in Europe.
That is actually insane. And it definitely doesn't bode well for Elfi whatsoever. And we have 2 early gateways
Ooh,
for First.
Yeah, 2 additional gateways here for Elfi, who's going for a quick blink. He's actually gonna, he's going around with his probe, so he's definitely gonna be aggressive with that blink play here, that early blink play, maybe hoping to play against a quick expansion, which I thought might be the case, but First did something very weird that we don't see that much anymore. He went for a double gate to be super safe and then made a robo. I think he knows he's up against a tricky player, and he's basically saying, I'm gonna do that build, which is good against everything that you could do, except maybe a DT tech.
Right.
Stargate tech, sorry, because against DT is actually in good shape. Going up the ramp here, just poking. Oh, the probe. Okay, no. He's gonna get killed before he sees anything. And he only saw 3 stalkers, so right now he's not sure, I think, First, of whether it's Blink or DTs, because he did see the Twilight early on.
Yeah, it seems like he hasn't made too much use of the robotics facility just yet either.
Does he start an Immortal?
Or an
Observer? Yeah, I think he waited. This is the right choice, because he has sentries at the ramp. If DTs were to try and go up, he could force field on time anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So getting the Immortal is really going to help against some kind of blink play. But if the Mothership Core gets caught, he might have to recall. Oh my god, this is huge. First, he's going to lose the Mothership Core to a few Stalkers. And now one of his Stalkers is trapped outside of his base. Elfi going in for the kill. That's Elfi for you.
Yeah.
He does stuff that's not supposed to happen, and somehow he makes it work. Now he's just gonna get a cancel on Nexus, basically do a lockdown outside of First's main, take his own natural, and from there be quite far ahead.
Yeah, you don't think he'll try and go for the kill?
No. He could, but I don't think he
try.
has to.
Oh, he's gotta be careful though. Taking a bit of damage on one, cancel that Nexus.
Actually, forcing a Force Field plus a Guardian Shield, those sentries are gonna start running low on energy, and you really need Guardian Shield to fight against this. So this might make Elfi want to go for the kill here.
And I think
usually
he
you
is.
don't go out and shield before the Stalkers blink in.
Right, right. And yeah, we see even more
Oh, he
walk-ins.
has a lot.
There's 2 Immortals
Oh
now,
my
though.
God.
And
He's gonna 3-volley those Immortals. Elfi might be able to close this out. Immortal, he's being started behind this, but he just now only started. Elfi is still warping in Stalkers. Oh my God.
wow, he actually really wants to go for the kill. And can
I
he do it?
cannot-
I mean, getting rid of the Immortals like that, it can definitely make a great follow-up. We see one more Immortal almost out as well.
I can't believe first he's actually getting a Twilight Council. You need to make more units, man.
Yeah.
You're barely holding on right now. This is elimination match, guys. First is not expected to lose here.
I think he's like kind of like just thinking like surely he's not gonna keep making Stalkers at this point. It's like one of those plays where you're like he's got to stop now, right? So he's like trying to transition out of this situation. But Elfi looks like he's got a
Yeah.
one-track mind right now.
He has a
wants to
choice.
kill.
He could have gone for a lockdown, but he's going for the kill instead. He's gonna blink up the ramp. He's gonna get the Immortal. I think Elfi might have done it if he macros well here, snipes the Stalkers one by one, manually targets. He's gonna do it well. Another Immortal comes out.
Oh.
And the Stalker count is not high enough just yet. He can actually one-shot everything. So finally, he's going to lockdown mode. He warps in 2 sentries. It's time to lock his opponent inside of his main, and I think in the meantime, he's just gonna expand. But
Yep.
there is actually a Stalker
Oh, he's gonna be careful though.
at the natural of Elfi, just defending. He'll be able to kill that quite easily here.
Yeah. So good idea to transition finally. I mean, didn't take too much damage. First, got a bit of a supply lead though, but still
Ooh.
trapped in his main essentially at this point.
Could have gotten force fielded here. Needs to be careful. There's an
Yeah.
observer of Elfi finding its way across the map right now. In terms of tech, first not having started either blink or charge, he's just gonna get a warp prism to try and evacuate his main. Maybe go for an all-in with this, knowing that his opponent is fully going into a Nexus and economic play right now. Oh man, that's one of those games where there's just so much action and small details become the most important ones.
Yeah.
And Elfi definitely has gotten the better end of things so
Do you
far.
think First is gonna have to kind of make that big play, make that sort of a push across the map, considering the
Yeah.
situation? He can't simply just take his natural now.
I mean, it's just so hard to take a natural like this from behind against somebody as experienced as Elfi, so he's actually going to do an elevator. Ooh, those force fields, I'm not sure this is the best of moves here by Elfi, who needs to micro with his Stalkers.
yeah,
And
losing-
Elfi also, like, how does he play against this? I think he's just going to blink up the ramp. Look, he plays this Observer. He's ready to counterattack with the Stalkers as soon as he wants to.
while he's
The
doing
Dark
this.
Shrine, though, interesting.
Very, very interesting.
You don't go for DT Shrine usually with this in first position. And Elfi going for Colossus, he wants to make the safe transition into the units that are going to be the strongest. Oh, that Observer of first is going to die. This is a big deal here.
Oh, and a blink to the main, but we see the Mothership Core in position.
Oh, he's trapped. He's going to be trapped.
Yeah. He's not in a good place.
Ooh,
Oh,
force fields.
this could be exactly what First needs to come back into this. 2 Stalkers go down, and I think he can get a couple more before they blink away. He does. So, will he? Looks like he follow up.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
get a few extras. 75 to 56 now.
First might just attack.
I think he will.
45 army supply to 28. He now has the Dark Shrine. Could warp in some DTs, even make them into Archons if he wants to.
Yeah, I think Archons would definitely help out this army, especially getting up that ramp. And from here,
He has a Warp Prism as well. That's really going to help in warping across the map without having to make a pylon there. He's trying to split 2 DTs right now. One in the natural, one in the main, because he knows the Observer can be 2 places at once. Ooh, that DT.
oh, unless he gets caught out.
He's going to kill our probes. First is still in this. First is actually quite far ahead on supply now. All of a sudden, he salvaged the situation so well. The force field by Elfi on the natural of first wasn't used on time. The Immortals got dropped down, and then with the warp in, just first trading very, very well with those units of Elfi.
Yeah, and we're going to definitely see this natural go down. So First kind of taking the lead here, 74 to 58, down that natural, and at the same time, the natural of First is finished.
Yeah, and the Stalker is going to be traded for some probes here, but I don't think it's enough. In terms of walkers, we're at 30 for First, who now has a natural against no natural for Elfi. He's completely turned this game around.
Yeah,
Did Elfi just go full foreigner?
I think he might have maybe just a little too aggressive here, trying to take fights that he shouldn't have against Immortals. And he's paid for it with his natural, and he's down a base now, down in tech.
You know what time it is?
What's the time?
It's not Flash o'clock. It's Elfi o'clock, man. It's all in time. Double Colossus is up. He's about to get Thermal Lens. He's already on 3 gates. He's just gonna march across the map and say, well, you've pushed me far enough. It's time for you to die. Elfi keeping an Observer plus... Oh, actually, no, he's leaving with the Observer. Oh, he needs to keep that one back at home and have one with his army as well, because DTs in either place could do a carnage. He's gonna go for the kill.
Yeah.
And I think first, he already knows that. He's getting his own Colossus. The thing is, he's not gonna have thermal lens on time. But I don't think it should matter anyway.
Considering the supply difference, I'm not sure that even the fact that he does have Colossi will make a difference. So long as First has a decent position.
Yeah. No photon overcharge yet, though. I thought he would have one. I guess he remade his mothership core very late. He's only at 90 energy right now.
He might have it by the time he attacks there.
Yeah,
very, very close.
Elfi's taking his sweet time. Okay, no, he's gonna go full Wellmo mode. Just get in there and try and finish it.
Well, and First he's just gonna let it go.
Really?
He's just gonna let it go. I'm not
I guess
sure.
he doesn't think he can win. I mean, 2 Colossus with thermal lens, those boys. And now Elfi is the one taking the natural. What the hell is going on? Elfi was also on a big bluff with this, because he has no observer with his main army, which you would never really expect. So First didn't even try and bother warping in any DTs against this. What the hell?
Huge plays, a huge bluff by Elfi, and he's turned it around. But at the same time, he's still critically behind in supply. If they were to take a fight, First should be able to win it.
Maybe it's time for First to attack, kill the natural, and then retake his own.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see back and forth until the main is mined out, and then
they both pull probes and have this epic fight.
They pull the boys.
Probes are girls.
Oh, really? They pull the machines, man. I don't know what you'd call them.
Because in French, it's une son. It's actually female. You know, in French, we always, stuff is either male or female.
Oh, I see.
And probes are female, so that's my reason.
Pull the gals.
Sorry.
Fair enough. And, yeah.
Force Colossus on the way here for Elfi, who now has an earlier natural. It's funny, both of them are down to 27 probes, by the way. What is this game we're seeing?
This is such a weird game. They're just trading naturals back and forth. Who's going to make a stand is the next question.
I think from there, they might actually just play it fairly standard, maybe take 2 Archons, take a third base.
It's like an even game now.
Yeah.
It's like so strange how this game has ended up.
First has the +1 that he made going for him, which is funny because he can't start +2, he doesn't have a Twilight, whereas Elfi already had a Twilight, which is what he opened with. Actually, no, First did make a Twilight at some point, which he actually never used other than for the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, he never used it. Interesting.
He's gearing up for an attack. I don't think he has to attack. This is a bit weird. 4 Colossus up for Elfi.
Yeah, there's no way.
First needs to be careful, even though he has 2 Immortals.
He's got to be very careful. It's such a weird... I think that both of them must be in such a weird place right now. Maybe they both think they're behind.
Supply.
The supply is...
105
It's actually even at this point. Considering how far behind Elfi was, he's managed to turn it around with some interesting aggressive play that I think First kind of just let happen instead of trying to...
First was going to attack, and then now he's pulling back, and somehow it's Elfi that's going to attack. Elfi is a few walkers behind. Elfi is staying on 25 walkers. I never thought I'd see that in a PvP at this time in the game. He's making some more now, but I think he might just still go for a massive attack. Knowing he has way more Colossus, he's going to be able to maybe kite, do very well with the time warp in support. He's up to 5 Colossi, sorry, against just 3 for First.
Yeah, I can definitely see it working, and here we go. He drops the force fields, really zones out all of First's army.
Yeah, he's trying to kite against just this Colossus, getting some Zealots at the front to tank against that photon overcharge. Needs to be careful. Those Colossus versus Colossus fights are very, very tricky. You might find yourself committed to a fight you don't really want to take. And First, having the +1, this is really playing in his favor. He knows that the clock's going his way as well. He's trying to squeeze out one more Colossus. Man, the mating dance is happening between these Colossus. Those goddamn ramps.
Oh man, those ramps.
Like on Foxtrot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Elfi, looks like he's having second thoughts about this aggression here. Maybe trying to find a way in, but...
He's just pulled back for a second. That's the classic Elfi. He just pulls back for a sec.
And then just
First
goes
thinks
forward.
he's safe, he just moves out and dies. But First he's too good for that. He's being very, very careful. Mothership Core ready to use another photon overcharge. More Colossus being made. He's catching up. 4-5 now.
Yeah. And I mean, First actually has quite a decent supply lead as well. It's just about
Elfi's ahead on
positioning.
walkers now. He's using this opportunity to make more walkers.
Yeah.
He could actually... no. He can't recall yet. Yeah, 90 energy. He's going to pull back for now. This is a crazy game we're seeing.
It's really very, very strange.
Oh god, the mating dance between 3 Colossus.
Yeah, you got to be on top of that. I imagine he got caught out with kind of having 3 just doing a mating dance like that. Losing 3 Colossus, you just lose the game.
Save the Colossus, save the game.
Pretty much at this point. Looks like he's
trying to get a snipe!
Oh!
What? Oh my god, I've never seen something like that of Colossus versus Colossus.
So
Usually
great.
Tempest you would see this kind of move for sure. But
Yeah. He's going to snipe some pylons, supply blocking at first as well.
the Mothership Core, he needs to be careful.
He cannot lose that.
Yeah.
Not at this situation. I think First could just wrap around and finish his army off without a recall.
Is there a new observer? Yeah, there is one observer for First here. Two,
Look
actually
what First
3
is.
now.
First is going to really rotate concave here, and we're actually going to see an engagement again.
Whoa, here he
Elfi there.
comes.
Oh, he gets out
Oh my
just.
god.
26 hit points
The
left.
range on that thing. Stalkers in main now. Gonna snipe some probes for Elfi. Very, very well done. First, we're starting to pull ahead in supply, and now Elfi is gonna be the one with the Templar Archives on the way. He's only gonna make Zealous and Archons from there to tank for his Colossi to do the damage. And he's getting the +1, so he's catching up on that. Alright, those Stalkers trying
go
to
down.
escape. I don't even know why they do that, because
Yeah.
they're basically trapped.
It's just not going to happen. And 20 supply lead for First still. So he's still maintaining that decent lead here despite like so much aggression
He's
going
10
on.
walkers behind now. Does he all in? Oh, okay, he just started +2. Still, it looks like he might want to gear up for an attack to maybe at least try and get a cancel on a potential third base here out of Elfi.
I think he'd have to for sure. But yeah, it looks like he's just moving back. So maybe he's going to secure his third base before he decides to make any sort of move here.
You know, in PvP in this situation, when you're at least 2 base versus 2 base, you go up to 3 or 4 sentries, which actually right now they are 2 and 4. And you keep on sending hallucinations across the map. You see what your opponent's up to, and then you adjust from there.
Yeah.
Up against a lot of Colossus, you have a choice. You either try to keep up in terms of Colossus count, or you take to Tempest. And right now, neither of them has the third base to let them afford some Tempest. So they're just gonna keep on making Colossus out of one robo and try and play basically reactive, steady, and careful style.
Yeah, both of them adding Archons as well now for a bit of more tank, bit of more buffer for those Colossi. We see Elfi once again moving across the map here, at a supply deficit still. But feels like he has to be making the plays here. Maybe he just still feels like he's behind for some reason.
The Nexuses started at the exact same time, man.
Oh my god.
So ridiculous.
How is this synced up so well? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, not on the upgrades though.
Not on
First,
the
he's gonna
upgrades.
get his +2 before Elfi even starts his.
That's going to make a big difference.
He did finally get +1. Definitely nice, but first still ahead on supply. Is he gonna get a cancel?
He's
oh my
gonna
god,
cancel
Elfi
this.
is so sick. Like
So
nobody
great.
else. Okay, maybe Wellmu.
Well,
But nobody else than these guys in this situation will actually be as aggressive as he is now.
and he's still being
the concave
aggressive.
is set up.
Oh,
Ooh, you don't want to attack
you
into
cannot
this
go
Elfi.
in there. You got to be careful with these Colossi too. You don't want to get out of position with them.
I can't believe he's being this aggressive against the First, who actually has more. First is flabbergasted. He's like, how does this guy dare attack into me? My army is massive. He must have more than me. He must be very confident.
It doesn't
Maybe I
make
shouldn't
sense.
fight.
It's pure. It's just such a mind game right now. He's like he's way too confident. The army supply is in First's favor.
But he still is scared. You know, it's happened to me before in the past against both Wellmu and Elfi, just because they're that crazy. They move across the map and they just look so scared.
You know what they're doing? They're just alphaing. They're alphaing out First. He's like, you know what? Here, come at me, bro. Come at me. I'm coming at you. So he's just being so aggressive to the point where
I
First
can't
is backing
believe
off.
He's sieging with Colossi. First, he's finally gonna go for it. Uses the time warp. He's sending some of his other Colossi around. Elfi cannot recall anymore. He's just gonna set up his own concave. He cannot reinforce close to the fight because he doesn't have any pylons nearby. And I think First might be able to do really well. He's chasing these Colossi away. Oh, no!
Oh
They're
no!
stuck.
I think we're gonna lose 3 more at this point. Oh, so much damage. And First finally realized the mind game that Elfi was playing and got such a perfect concave on that army. And losing the Mothership Core, no recall, no chance to get out of there.
Yeah, enough was enough, man. And I mean, First behind this, he's even getting charged. The +2 did start for Elfi, who instantly remakes the Mothership Core upon losing it. He knows he might need that photon overcharge to buy him some more time. This is nuts.
This is
It's so funny,
nuts.
with the way that Elfi has played it too, like First he's probably hesitant to attack. Probably like, oh, this guy does not hesitate to go into like fights, so maybe I should take it easy, wait a little bit more.
But I think from this point on, he must surely know, like, well, I
Yeah.
kind of crushed the spine of your army. You've lost so many more Colossi than me,
He has
plus everything
way more.
else. And I think it's just a matter of him finding that position.
Army supply 109 to 60. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
First he's just gonna finish this and
Hopefully First is brave enough to take this fight now that he's seen the army with that hallucinated Phoenix.
Elfi is a sick individual for that game, even if he's probably gonna lose it.
Props to him, man, for playing that aggressive considering the situation. I've never seen a kind of play like that in any sort of game. Like, usually a player will know when they're ahead, but because they were trading naturals so much, I guess just like the way they were estimating each other's economy and army size, just it got to a point where it was weird.
Yeah. This goes back to my original point as well. Like, as good as you are, as tricky as you are, you know, Elfi, he's always one of those guys trying to play the mind games and doing well with them. Against somebody as solid as First, you can do well at any stage in the game. As long as you don't finish him, he's always going to be a threat. And in this game, he was solid enough to stay alive. Many times he fell behind, but somehow he got the army out that he needed. He stayed ahead in army supply, and then eventually he took that one fight he needed to possibly win the game. And right now he keeps on pulling further and further ahead in terms of supply.
Yeah, absolutely. First playing a very careful game. No doubt about that.
Better run, Elfi.
Yeah, Elfi, like moving out of the map with just quite a low army at this point. I mean, he's got caught out again. He's starting to lose Colossi, and GG and a pause to finish things off. Bad manner.
The classic pause, man.
The classic pause to end the game.
Doesn't work anymore, sorry.
Absolutely.